Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I want to tell you my story. I read this story from the application 1000 English Story. You can download the application in the Play Store on your phone. Okay, the title of my story is The Selfish Giant. Long time ago, there was a beautiful garden that not only had living trees but also beautiful flowers. Birds sing melodious songs, and there were several children playing in the beautiful garden. The park is a place for children to playing. The children stop playing because they listen the birds singing songs. But no one knows that the park belongs to a giant who has long gone. Sometimes the children talk and hope the garden owner never returns. One day, the children's fear come true. The giant stepped back on his feet loudly. The children playing in the garden felt themselves lift from the ground. When the giant see the children playing in his garden, he became very angry. And then he built a large wall around him and put up a bulletin board saying that everyone enter his park would be punished. After that, the giant Selfish closed the door so that no one enter his park. So the children very sad and they hope that the giant will never return. The spring comes. Beautiful flowers bloom everywhere, but the spring doesn't visit the park. In the giant Selfish garden, still winter. The trees and flowers forget to bloom, and the birds are not interested in singing. So, in the giant garden, there was only snow. Snow covered everything in the garden. One day, the giant heard beautiful music while lying in his bed. He thought that it must be some king musician who was passing through the park. But when the giant see to the window, he saw a bird singing. He thought that the spring had arrived. The snow stopped falling. A sweet, fragrant aroma approached him through the open window. The giant jumped out of his bed and looked out the window. He saw the most beautiful scenery, and some children enter through a small hole in the garden wall. The trees and flowers blooming, the garden become beautiful again. Uh, the children were very happy to be able to play in the garden. Uh, the giant felt guilty for his selfish behavior and was very sorry for what he had done. Then the giant said that this park was a children's playground forever. And he knocked down the garden wall. Since that the day, the giant played with all the children every day. Uh, the giant jumped out of his bed and looked out the window. Uh, he saw the most beautiful scenery, and some children enter through a small hole in the garden wall. The trees and flowers blooming, the garden become beautiful again. The children were very happy to be able to play in the garden. The giant felt guilty for his selfish behavior and was very sorry for what he had done. Then the giant said that this park was a children's playground forever. And he knocked down the garden wall. Since that the day, the giant played with all the children every day. The giant didn't become selfish anymore, and children are very happy because they can play in the garden. He spent his time playing with the children, and he didn't feel lonely anymore. He realized what he had done so far was bad thing. He made his garden become desert because of his selfishness and made the children around his environment become unhappy. And the children don't feel afraid of the giant, and the trees and flowers feel happy. That's my story. I'm sorry if my pronunciation may be wrong. I'm sorry. So, thank you very much for watching this video. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.